how boy moms give pedo vibes. Oh, he's my little husband, such a little lover boy. Look how much he loves his mommy. Right, mommy would do anything for her little man. There's no girl that's gonna be good enough for my son. I'm always gonna be his number one. Girl, that's emotional incest. Swear to God, those are the moms that stay ruining people's gender reveal parties. We're white to wedding and lie for their sons when they get caught cheating.
Hey yo, let's talk about boy's mom. You know those male-centered women that give birth to a boy child and they decide to have some weird, some disgusting behavior towards their boy's child, and the way they'll present this boy as if they are the God's gift to the world? Yeah. You know, these are type of the women that will have female children, they will neglect, abuse, and they will even be competing with their female daughter. The reason these boy moms are very dangerous is because they enables their sons' toxicity, they enables their sons' abusive tendency. Some of them will even lie for their sons, and they create this entitled men that will come and go into the world with this behavior and feel that they are entitled to a woman's time, a woman's labor, a woman's intimacy, because their mom set the standard and told them that, oh, you are the prize. These women are very, very dangerous. This boy's mom needs to be stopped.
There's a lot of conversation on this app about toxic boy moms, but today I want to talk specifically about toxic Muslim boy moms, because they're a different breed and the boys that they raise turn into men that violate, abuse, and harm women without a second thought, and I want to see it stop. And before anyone comes to me with that's a culture, not religion, I'm very well aware this is specifically a cultural issue, because Islam does not say that you should prefer your sons over your daughters. The thing is, patriarchy is older than Islam, and Islam is a patriarchal religion. So it's not like the religion itself tells moms to prefer their sons over their daughters and raise them in this way. It's the fact that authoritative Islamic governments don't provide protection for women, and also women are the ones who leave the family to go belong to some other man, whereas men are the ones who are supposed to take care of their family financially. So that's why a lot of Muslim moms prioritize their sons over their daughters. Also, it's the fact that a lot of the imams in the mosques and a lot of Islamic laws do emphasize the fact that men are superior to women, and women have this so deeply ingrained into them that even when they push a boy out of their own body, they still think he's superior to her. She created him, but she believes he's more superior to her. That's why she babies him and treats him the way that she does, to make sure that everyone in the house serves him and caters to him. In many Muslim cultures, the family's honor is tied to the girl, not to the boy. So her wearing different types of clothes, or her expressing herself differently, or her going out with some guy, or her doing anything can be seen as bringing dishonor to the family. We're very familiar with this concept. It exists across multiple cultures, not just Islam, right? But specifically in Muslim cultures, it's so prevalent because girls are the ones who have to cover up. So you can identify them as Muslim, and then you can identify how much they're dishonoring their family based on their behavior. Being raised like this while you have a brother conditions your brother to see you, his sister, as his property, not as his sibling. So he also takes ownership over you. It's not even just your dad or just your mom. It's your brother also, who feels like you belong to him. The sibling dynamics in the household are also very damaging to the girls, because since the girls are little, they are expected to cook and clean and serve for their brothers. He gets to sit around and do nothing. She has to be his little maid. So she's being conditioned, I'm only worthy if I serve a man. And the person who's telling them to do this is their mother. The worst part about this is sometimes it can get so conditioned into you that you as a girl also start shaming other women for not treating their brothers like this, or for not treating their fathers like this, like they're kings, like you're beneath them, like you're inferior to them. This is what we call internalized misogyny and pick-me behavior. But moving on. Being raised in this family dynamic allows the brother to start to disrespect his sister and to start to control his sister. So he devalues her by what she's wearing. He controls who she talks to and who she's going out with, who she's friends with, all that stuff. And he undermines her accomplishments and her achievements, even if she's getting good grades, if she's getting into different schools, if she's doing this and that and playing sports and whatever, he undermines undermines her achievements because he still sees her as inferior to him because that's the way he was raised. I believe that a lot of Muslim moms act like this because they're trapped in marriages with men who don't love them and don't respect them and don't give them any power over their own life. So in order to gain influence or power in the family somehow, they prioritize their son because they see it as, oh, if my husband doesn't love me and doesn't respect me, at least my son loves me and respects me. But what they don't realize is they're just continuing the cycle of misogyny and patriarchy by raising their son like this, because you're not teaching your son how to love and value a woman outside of what she can do for him. And then when he gets married, his wife becomes the new mother and sister, and she's expected to serve him and to clean up after him and to cater to him and to put his feelings first and his needs first and everything else on the back burner, including the children that they're gonna have together. This is also what creates toxic relationships between the daughter-in-law and the mother-in-law, because since the mother is in love with her son, she believes he's her king and she believes all women are inferior to all men, she starts to bully and harass and degrade the wife because she's taking her son away from her. And when you as a boy have a mother who has catered to you, who has made sure that every girl in your family has also catered to you, who has placed you on this pedestal, then you're gonna take her side every single time an issue arises, even if it's between your wife and her, because she's the one who has prioritized you for your entire life. This is why a lot of Muslim women are in unhappy marriages, because their husbands are so emotionally attached to their moms, and their moms are literally in love with their sons, and the dynamic is just toxic and unhealthy because nobody has good communication. Nobody respects or values the wife and who she is as a human beyond what she does for this man, and therefore they're comfortable with disrespecting her and abusing her. Even though we see this problem popping up across all types of different cultures, not just Muslim ones, nobody seems to understand that having a spoiled son is a burden, not a blessing.
Up to hug my baby boy after his game, he immediately picked me up and just held me. It may have been 20 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute, I have no idea. But in this moment, time stood completely still. I honestly don't know what I did to deserve you, but I am thankful every second of every single day for you. Does that sound like a caption that a mother should be writing about her son or a boyfriend? Okay, you tell me. Put me in, coach. So she's taking pictures with him. Does this seem like the behavior of a mother to you? I don't think so.
Later, babe.
Tell me you're a boy mom without telling me you're a boy mom.
See ya, brah. Bye, mommy.
Next topic. Another concerning element to this whole toxic boy mom situation is when these boy moms openly admit that they actually favor their sons over their daughters. Okay, so let's watch that now.
Never thought that I would be that toxic boy mom. I love my 4 kids equally, but that last little boy just hits different. And now I feel like I'm having this existential crisis. Or I wouldn't be that mom, that toxic boy mom. He hits his sisters, he punches them. I'm like, maybe he's having a hard day. So when I think about my daughters getting married, I get excited, right? Think about their dresses, planning their weddings. When I think about my son's wedding, I want to cry. Boy mums, we've got to step up. We got to realize that we are the problem.
This is one of the craziest people I've ever seen in my life. To openly make a video like this and not see any issue with this. This was the first of many. So this woman has turned this whole being a toxic boy mom into a villain arc for her. She's accepted the role of the villain. She's made tons of videos now where she's basically rage baiting people and making videos about how she favors her son, trying to play it off as a joke. To say these things out loud for your kids to eventually find and put it in a public place, it's not a joke.
Just proves that all the daughters of boy moms are not exaggerating.
You should go watch that video, because what came up for me is a realization, and I've always said this, boy moms are just simply retired pygmies. These women tend to have this parenting style that's very permissive and like low-key emotionally incestuous. They tend to coddle the sons in a very unhealthy way that the sons are not able to really free themselves in adulthood. Maybe you'll hear of the term mama's boys, but that is not the same as having a mom that was a boy mom, because a man can be a mama's boy and the mom doesn't even have to be a boy mom. But there's something about a boy mom that's very problematic. It creates a very unfair dynamic within the home. Pick me moms that are also boy moms, they tend to use authority to kind of subjugate the woman to unfair roles, or subjugate them to, women to very domestic, submissive roles, while simultaneously coddling the sons and enabling the lack thereof. Like the way in which they pour into the daughters to kind of be like this independent or mommy 2.0, or center the sons tend to benefit from that. So boy moms tend to grow up with this very unhealthy relationship with women. And it's really because of how they were raised within the household, especially when it comes to the mother that had very permissive parenting. So if you were in a household with a boy mom, like the ways in which maybe your mom did not allow you to go out and do anything, all she really subjugated you to do was stay in the house and be mommy 2.0, and also simultaneously center the son. So those same sons will take those behaviors out into the streets and feel like the way in which their mother raised them and allowed certain things, and also what they saw their sisters go through, like they truly believe that is how it's supposed to be. And mind you, we're looking at the women that were under the same household with boy moms. Those women tend to grow up to be hyper independent. They have a lot of trauma from being a parentified child. It's boy moms centering the son so much in a way that makes you question, like, why are you loving this son the way in which you really need to be loving your husband?
Mom, you looking sexy and beautiful.
Thank you.
Then I saw her follow-up video where she tried her absolute hardest to defend everything, and honestly, it made it worse. She was basically saying, I know y'all got kids, and I know your kids do worse. Y'all worried about me and my 6-year-old. Listen, I have a 6-year-old too, and my child has never, ever used the word sexy. My son compliments me all the time. Mommy, you look nice. You look beautiful. I like your outfit. That's normal kid stuff. But sexy? No, he doesn't even know that word. He's 6. There is no reason for him to be hearing that, let alone saying it. So watching her try to shrug it off as mommy-son stuff? No, ma'am, not today. My kid would never, and I'm not trying to hear excuses for why hers did. It's not cute, it's not harmless, it's not normal. And to be real, I don't even like grown men calling me sexy, let alone a child. A child should not be calling an adult sexy, especially their parent.
There's literally nothing creepier than boy moms that are way too attached to their sons. I just saw a video the other day, and it was a guy, he was either a late teenager or early 20s, and he was saying he was hanging out with his girlfriend, and his mom came in and was like, hey son, would you like a water? And the son was like, no thank you, but the girlfriend, she was like, oh yes, I'd like one. And the mom, her attitude suddenly flipped, and she was like, you can go get it yourself, it's in the garage. And the guy, he was the one making this video, was like, is that weird? Why is that happening? Dude! My brother in Christ, that's fucking creepy. It's called emotional incest, enmeshment. Your mommy doesn't get the emotional love and support she needs from her spouse or her baby daddy or whoever, so she's getting it from you. She's treating you like her husband, a jealous, scorned woman. Now, there are times when it is valid for the mother not to like the girlfriend, but more often than not, it's just fucking creepy. And it happens with dads too, when dads are way overprotective of their daughters, but it happens way more often in moms than it does fathers. A father is typically overprotective because he knows how disgusting men are, but a mother who is mean to a girlfriend for no reason, honey, your mama likes you more than she should like a son. And to all the boy moms out there that are going to get triggered by this, if you're not a fucking creep to your son, then I'm not talking about you.
This is my problem with the boy moms and the moms that refuse to hold their sons accountable. You are putting us all in danger. All of us in danger because you are not raising your son to be accountable for his actions. I just saw a video of a grown-ass man. A grown-ass man got into it with his baby mama. They was driving on the road, right? He gets into it with his baby mama. His baby mama's like, I'm going to get out the car. Meanwhile, they have 2 kids together, right? They only have 1 kid in the car. I think the baby's like 8 months, right? She said, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm going to get out of the car, right? They're arguing over $8. His mama gave him money for Pampers, right? They had $8 left over. They're arguing about what to do with him, okay? So she's like, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm going to get out the car. He's like, take your baby with you. She's like, I'm not going to do that. This nigga. Then she gets out the car, right? This nigga proceeds to take the infant. He's not an infant, but the 8-month-old out of the car seat. Out of the car. He puts the baby on the fucking road. I kid you not. He puts the baby on the fucking road. and drives away. Meanwhile, as he drives away, he over the baby. And keeps fucking going. And so, of course, they call the police. The mom was like, what the fuck? Everyone who watches is like, what the fuck? Right? First of all, why would you even put the baby on the road in the first place? So they obviously find him. They take him to jail. He's talking about, oh, I know y'all didn't pin. You're not going to pin that on me. I didn't hit nothing when I ran away. I didn't do nothing. They said, did you put the baby on the road? He said, yeah, I did. Okay, and then you drove off? Yep, I did. Did you hear anything? No. Right? He's denying accountability. Well, they're like, we got video of you doing it. He said, nah, he's not taking it serious at all. Then the police tells him, because they're like, he's a father, he's going to want to know information. They're like, sadly, your son didn't make it. You think this nigga was like, oh no, my son, my baby boy, the son I brought into this earth, I did something that caused his demise. I can't believe I'm no longer going to have my son in my life. Do you think he said that? No, this nigga was more worried about if his ass was going to be pinned for that and if his ass is going to be in jail for the rest of his life for fucking murder. He didn't give a fuck about his son's life. And the first thing he said, the first words that came out of his mouth? I need to call my mama. Where's my mama at? I need to talk to my mama.
Being South Asian, I thought, oh, this is just in our community. No, this is a new pandemic. Boy moms. This whole boy mom syndrome, we have to address it.
As a boy mom myself, and I have daughters too, I would like everyone to know, at least this is my opinion, that how did you feel as a wife when you got married? I wanted to start my life with my husband, get to know him. I want my son to marry someone who loves him and is a good person, and that's all I want. I am not my son's wife. I'm his mother. You have to let your son go and enjoy his life with his wife, because I've already lived my life with my husband. I'm married to him. You're not married to your son. His wife is the one who hopefully is going to live the longest with him. So let them go on this journey by themselves and learn and evolve and find what works for them and what makes them happy. I would like to watch them and be very proud. If you truly love him, you should let him lead a very happy life with his wife, and you should let him go.
Why are the moms behaving like this?
I think for centuries, so much emphasis has been made on having a boy. When they do have a boy, I think they feel that they own the son. Then when they see the son is so nice to another lady or another woman, I think they feel kind of jealous that, oh my God, he loves someone more than me, whereas I'm the mother. All the boy moms out there, that part is over. Now this is another chapter in our lives.
My mother-in-law and my mom, because they might have had these experiences, they are actually letting us live our lives. We are geriatric millennials, and our parents were just thrilled that we got married. And I'm also an oldest daughter married to a middle son. Couple goals. Blessed and highly favored.
Boy mums on TikTok are getting out of control. Most recently, it was this TikTok creator, Avery Woods, who went viral for saying this about her kids.
Boy moms, feel me on this, but my son has my heart and my soul. I obviously am obsessed with Stevie Lee. She is just the greatest little girl in the world. But my whole life, I always wanted to be a boy mom.
Now she, and along with other creators alike, are under fire for showing explicit preferential treatment over her children based on their gender. This had people online upset, and some creators like this argue that these kinds of videos are super harmful, because imagine how those daughters are going to grow up to see how they were raised differently.
And if I made a video saying that my youngest, my little baby boy, was the pride and joy, my heart and soul in my life, how do you think that would make my oldest son feel if he ever came across that? And not only that, but how would it make my youngest feel?
Whereas others are taking it to a whole nother level, saying that any parent who prefers one child over the other due to their gender maybe shouldn't be parenting at all.
There's a lot of them out there that are primarily like, I want boys more than girls. You should not be having children.
Many boy mums who seem to be obsessed over their sons are being made fun of tirelessly on TikTok due to the overbearing nature of all these videos. So are mums just appreciating their sons, or is this boy mum thing getting out of hand?
And I'm going to be honest, I used to think that this thing is like an African thing, because African culture is very patriarchal, it's very misogynistic, and you will see that you wake up in the morning, it's you that have to take care of the house, you are the one to even prepare food for your brother, even when that your brother is older than you. It is your duty as a girl to prepare the food that your older brother will eat. Now, we can understand, like, if you are talking about older women, boomer, all those stuff, Some of them did that because they didn't have any choice. That was just what they have to do to survive, literally. But when you are talking about Gen Z moms, millennial moms, these women, some of them are even making more than their husband, baby daddy, or whatever, but they still uphold the patriarchy standard of treating male as if they are the God gift of the nation, as if women were to cater for their needs and their whims and all of that. Then in that aspect, we can only blame patriarchy for so long. I always have this belief that patriarchy has been as long as it has been in existence because women uphold patriarchy. Now that, thank God, a lot of women are now now seeing patriarchy, a lot of women are now decentering men, we can see how some of these men are scrambling. Because if women decide to not make men, like, it started as a child. If a woman gives birth to a child, a boy child, he decides to create that child, he decides to raise that child like the way she raises the female child. That man, that boy child is going to grow up to become a man that respects woman, a man that knows that no, a woman does not owe you anything. You have to earn. As the same way a woman earns her place in a society, you as a man has to earn your place in a society. But if that woman give birth to that boy and he cater for that boy, he make that boy to it's like that boy grow up to believe that, oh, my mom makes me to know that I am entitled to anything in the world, that I'm entitled to a woman's labor, I'm entitled to a woman's time, I'm entitled to a woman's intimacy. That boy grows up to become a man that we see. All these men that think that women owes them everything. It started from childhood. And we can have a debate about the imbalance of child rearing between a man and a woman. That's another discussion on its own. We all know, no matter how involved a man is, the woman is the primary caretaker of a child, whether we want to believe that or not. So next time when you see a man that feels very entitled, a man that disrespects a woman, a man that thinks that women owe him everything, you can always trace it to their mom, because their moms makes them to believe, raise them to believe that they are entitled to a woman's labor, a woman's time, a woman's body. And when you see a man that is very respectful, a man that knows boundary, a man that knows that women does not owe him anything, you can also know that, oh, this one was raised by a woman that values herself. Because if a woman values herself, if a woman respected herself as a woman, he will raise that boy to respect a woman. But if all these pygmalious women, male-centered women have a son, they already don't have any value about themselves as a woman. They already see themselves as a woman as inferior. So what do you think is going to happen? You will see that he's going to raise that son to see women as inferior to him, because she already as a woman has felt inferior to male all her life.